All right, everybody. Colt McCoy. You know that guy's actually a hero. He saved a kid's life one time. Fun fact. Um, that's the QB we'll be facing this week. Interesting turn, twist of fate. Not this guy, not Daniel Jones. Colt McCoy. What's going on, everybody? We're about 17 hours, not even 17 hours away from kickoff. Giants going to Seattle to play the Seahawks. Week 13, another important game, just like every other game is important for both teams. Giants fighting for their life at the top of the NFC East, which I actually really think they're going to end up winning at this rate. And the Seahawks, of course, fighting for the 1 seed and fighting for the division crown. Housekeeping before we get into this game. Trey Flowers went to IR. He's going to miss at least 3 games. Travis Homer, I think he's going to be headed to IR, but not there yet. Brandon Shell, doubtful, unlikely to play, but he is progressing, which is good. Apparently, Hyde is going to play. Carson is going to play. Dunlap, 50-50, but I don't expect him to play. Damian Lewis also seems 50-50, and I expect him to play. Also, Brian Monet hits the COVID list. Shouldn't affect the team too much. All right. So, another one of these games that the Seahawks are coming into expecting to win. And even though I'm not a big Daniel Jones fan, and even though Daniel Jones didn't exactly impress me over even the 3-game winning streak that the Giants currently find themselves on, I'm sure he's better than Colt McCoy. And Colt McCoy, even in his heyday, was not a very good quarterback. And at this point now, he's just pretty old. He's been in the league surprisingly long. I remember watching him in college, so yeah. The first thing that needs to be said about this game is this is another opportunity for the defense to not lose our trust. I don't know if you can do that much in this game to gain trust, but you can not lose it. Because you're playing a backup QB, Colt McCoy. You're playing a backup running back, although I want to say Wayne Gallman, pretty good. Pretty good. He's given some stability to that Giants rushing attack that they didn't have with Saquon. And I don't doubt that Saquon is a better player than Wayne Gallman, but Wayne Gallman's a little more consistent, and that's really helped this Giants team out. I think that their receivers are substandard. They've got Sterling Shepard, Darius Slayton, and Golden Tate. It's not terrible, but it's not the kind of receiving core you want when you're trying to support your backup QB. Evan Engram, talented, but does stupid stuff in every single game he plays. Fumbles, drops, bad routes, just it's not working out with him. Offensive line, it's been playing a little better lately, but it hasn't been good this season overall, that's for sure. So right off the bat, this Seahawks defense has an opportunity to not lose the trust because slowly over the last 10 quarters, we've been building trust with this fan base, with this organization. 10 good quarters in a row. Second half against the Rams, whole game against Arizona, whole game against Philly, they did good. But we also understand that against Philly, they were playing maybe the worst offense in football. Even against the Rams to a certain point, I think the Rams made a lot of mistakes. So what we're seeing from this defense right now is not going to convince anybody that suddenly we have the 2013 Seahawks back or the 85 Bears or the 1991 Philadelphia Eagles, but good defense. And if they get it done tomorrow against Colt McCoy and that Giants offense, we're not going to come out of it feeling like, oh, we're back to our 2013 stuff, but we are going to come out of it feeling we can win a Super Bowl with this defense. And we're going to have to do it possibly without Dunlap, possibly without Flowers. Oh, well, definitely without Flowers. But I feel good about this one. And as much as this defense has been humiliated a few times this year, New England, embarrassing. Dallas, embarrassing. Buffalo, really embarrassing. I just can't see us doing it against Colt McCoy. I can't comprehend that in my mind. And if it happens, then we're going to have to immediately reevaluate pretty much everything that we're thinking about this defense right now because we're starting to think we think that it's starting to turn the corner. I think it's starting to turn the corner. And even without Dunlap out there, there should be enough talent to take care of this Giants team. This is not the kind of Giants offense that you really need all your defensive studs out there for. And you still have Jamal Adams, Bobby, KJ, Reed, Puna. Rasheem Green, I'm going to throw him in there as well because I think he's going to come on strong at the end of this season. So yeah, first things first, defense, take care of the game. Just don't make us lose all this faith in you. You guys have worked really hard to get the little bit of faith that you have. And we're going to need it because the offense this week, I don't know. I don't know where I am with this offense right now. They haven't been great in quite some time. It's actually been a while since I've really been overwhelmed with joy watching this offense. Maybe the 49ers game. Maybe before that. I don't know. It kind of depends on how you feel about that 49ers game. But look, the offensive line, it didn't get any better this week. In fact, it probably got worse. We still don't have Shell. I can pretty much guarantee you that. And Damian Lewis is now injured. I think he's going to play, but having him playing injured is not good. Upati, he's held together by duct tape. Dwayne Brown is not that far behind in terms of trying to just hold his body together. So the offensive line, which was the impetus behind us having a rough game on offense, still really not there. David Moore, I didn't see him on the injury report this week, so I'm crossing my fingers that he's back to 100%. But look, this Giants defense is legitimate. This Giants defense can play. James Bradbury might be the best cornerback in the league this year. James Bradbury has been awesome for the Giants. Blake Martinez has been a really good middle linebacker for the Giants. He's doing great stuff for them, helping them stuff the run. Leonard Williams, they traded for him. He's been a great pickup. He has 6 sacks this year. He looks way better than he did in New York, in my opinion. I like Dexter Lawrence. He's obviously no superstar, but he's playing pretty well. This Jabril Peppers, I'll throw Jabril Peppers in there. Not that he's all-pro safety, but he's a playmaker. This is a good Giants defense. They've had 2 bad games this year, really. They had a bad game against the 49ers, and they had a bad game against the Cowboys. Other than that, this is not the game where we can count on the offense to just bail us out, which is something that we've seen a lot over the last several years. But even though I think that I suspect that we're going to have a better time running the ball compared to the Eagles because you can't get any worse than that. Even though I do expect Metcalf to have a good game because he always has a good game. And the only variable is, will Wilson get him the ball enough to make a big impact on the game? And I think Wilson's learned his lesson there. So even though I expect some good things to happen on offense, I'm also mindful of the fact that this Giants defense is solid and my Seahawks offense is still fighting through some stuff. So if we do not get a good game from the defense on Sunday, I do suspect that there is a loss looming here. I don't think it's going to happen, but defense needs to bring their big boy pants for this one and make sure you get it done. Like, we as fans can sleep on the Giants with Colt McCoy because he's Colt McCoy. He's not very good. He's a backup for a reason. But I'm hoping this team goes out there and is aware that we could really maybe use our first defensive touchdown of the year because we don't have one of those yet. This would be a great game to get it. We could maybe use a special teams touchdown. I don't think we have one of those this year. We could use some turnovers that set the offense up in easy scoring position because there's just some things wrong with this offense right now, and I believe it's going to get fixed, but it's probably not going to get fixed this week. But that being said, we are going to need better play from Wilson. We are going to need much better play from the offensive line. We are going to need some good things to happen for us to beat this defense enough to win. So I feel good about this game, mostly just because I cannot, in my wildest dreams, see us losing a game to Colt McCoy. And if we do, then we kind of know where this season is headed. 2nd round or 1st round exit. So, yeah, that's really what I'm going to say about this one. Take that Giants defense seriously. And defense, maybe make some plays to account for the fact that we need to take that team seriously. All right. I'm going to get out of here. Peace out, Go Hawks. Kind of a shorter pregame video than usual, but to me this one's just pretty simple. Got to get some big plays on defense to win this game, I think. Or at least make it easy. All right. Video game streams coming up shortly. See you guys there. Peace out, Go Hawks. Going to be fun tomorrow.